What's up everybody and welcome back to Weekly Retro Stuff, where we bring you a brief highlight of cool things going on in the retro video game communities across the internet. If there's cool things going down and it has to do with retro video games, we're going to do our best to bring it to you. And if there's cool things happening that you think we should report, please let me know because I'd love to cover it. But there's been a ton of things happening and it's kind of hard to keep up, so let's just jump into it. Do you like to gamble? Well then allow me to introduce you to one of the most fun slot machines available today. It's called Super Smash TV on the SNES. Don't get me wrong, there's a ton of skill involved in this game, but the run is very reliant on getting good drops.
All I need is to play right, so that not only am I playing well, but I get all the drops that I need.
And when you do get those drops, you better make sure you execute. And even if you execute everything perfectly and you get all the drops you could possibly want, when you walk into the boss room, you're walking into the destroyer of dreams. Yeah, Mutoid Man. That boss has single-handedly destroyed more dreams than Amateur Night at the Apollo. The easy percent category is a short and sweet run. It's really easy to pick up, but it's super difficult to master. One of my favorite streamers, 40 Watt Range, has been playing this game off and on for a while now. Their first submitted time to SRC was March 17th, 2018. At that time, they had a 9-minute and 19-second time. Flash forward to now, and 40 is back at it. On April 21st, 2023, this happened.
It's a PB.
Despite going into Mutoid Man almost 4 seconds behind, the drops were in 40's favor, and execute, he did. Getting a gold on the last split and finishing with a time of 5 minutes and 20 seconds, which put him into 5th place. So head on over and give 40 Watt Range a huge congrats. Next stop, 51X, if Mutoid Man allows it. One of the greatest games of all time, released on the Famicom in Japan on February 21st, 1986. That game is The Legend of Zelda. A streamer and runner who goes by Why Must You Hate Me has been running the any percent no up plus A category for a while now. Their first time uploaded to SRC was a 40-minute and 30-second time on December 28th, 2020. In The Legend of Zelda, if you press up plus A on the second controller, it allows you to quickly save and quit the game. Using this allows you to avoid having to run all the way back through a dungeon to get back to the entrance, which can save you tons of time over the run. This particular strategy is not allowed in this category, but everything else is. Why Must You Hate Me has been grinding this category with the hopes of getting a sub 30-minute time. On March 5th, 2023, they came incredibly close when they achieved a 30-minute and 2-second time, missing their goal by just 2 seconds. Then, on April 22nd, 2023, it finally happened.
Yes! Yeah! Get it! Woohoo! Get the out of here, game.
In the notes they wrote, first sub 30, which sounds like to me they're going to continue pushing this game further. Congratulations on hitting this incredible milestone. Anybody who runs this game or is even kind of aware of it knows how difficult this run really is. Recently I covered what I consider to be one of the most impressive NES games on a development standpoint that I've ever seen. That game is Full Quiet. If you missed it, be sure to check out the video where we covered it. But we may have a rival. There was a game developed for the NES called Super Tilt Brothers, and it's completely open source. The game has 3 modes. Story mode, where you can learn the ropes and get better at the game. Local, which is a traditional versus mode, you know, like how we grew up. Sitting on the couch with your friends, talking a bunch of poo and just having a fun time. And lastly, the truly groundbreaking mode is online. Yeah, there's an online mode, where you can choose between 3 different matchmaking types. Casual, you can be matched up with pretty much anybody. Ranked is where you'll specifically fight against people who are all actively trying to get the highest possible rank. And the last one being private, where you can set up a password so you have a private room where you can play online with friends. I know what you're thinking, you can already play tons of NES games online with friends, which is technically true. With things like emulators and the Switch Online stuff, you can get together and play co-op and do things like that, but that's not really the crazy part about all of this. The crazy part is, you can play this game on original hardware online. Yeah, The developers recently started a Kickstarter project where their goal is to release physical cartridges that have a Wi-Fi chipset in the cart. That'll allow you to play online with friends and still play on your NES. It's kind of crazy. I'm actually hoping that this technology ends up going into like an EverDrive, and then we can do all those crazy online things all on original hardware, including maybe retro achievements. Like, the possibilities of this could be insane. And the game is built with a rollback netcode, which means basically that you'll experience very little, if any, lag at all, making this a really fun experience for everybody online. It's actually really common for a lot of fighting games. And the fact that they're implementing this on the NES on original hardware, I don't know, I'm just very impressed with this whole project. They even have a playable demo on their Kickstarter page that you can check out for yourself. I'd love to hear what you think about it. Developed by Taito, Power Blade was originally released in Japan under the name Power Blazer. It's an action platformer where you play as a cyborg named Nova. You're armed with a boomerang thing called the Power Blade, and your goal is to save the world from an alien attack. There's definitely more to it, but I think you get the idea. Our friend Ahmad recently picked up the game, and with the help of a tutorial created by Infested Rich, Ahmad was able to pick up the game pretty quickly. The biggest hurdle seemed to be the B boss in Sector 3 due to its large RNG elements that could cause you to lose your run. Similar to the work Ahmad did with Shatterhand, he developed a setup that allows you to cut the RNG in half, making the fight more consistent. That, combined with some solid visual cues and setups to more consistently perform some difficult clips in Sector 5 and 6, Ahmad did his thing. And on April 22nd, 2023, this happened.
Yes! That's it! That's it! Yes! We freaking did it!
GG.
Yes!
GG.
He managed to get a 17-minute, 11-second, and 734 millisecond time, beating the previous world record by about 4 seconds. And if that's not crazy enough, he did it in a very short amount of time, with his very first submitted run being only 19 days prior. He also took the time to create a tutorial for drop cancels to help make them more consistent throughout the community. Amazing work yet again. The real question I wonder is, what's next for Ahmad? It's that time again. MusicNGaming's monthly event is starting today, and it's being called Arc April. Beginning at 3:30 Pacific time, this event is all about arcade games. The event is kicking off with M&G getting everyone nice and cozy and setting the tone for the evening with an intro and overview. Then he's jumping into Batsugan. Some of tonight's other games are Metal Slug, Ghouls and Ghosts, Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, and more, with the last run of the day being Mega Man 2 The Power Fighters. And that's just day one. After a little break to allow everyone to get their sleeps in, the event returns on Saturday the 29th at 2:15 p.m. Pacific time. That's right, the sweet arcade goodness must go on. The first game of the day is going to be a Salsa Shack showdown with Noise Police going up against Pico de Gallo in Super Baseball 2020. If I sound excited, it's because I am. I love both of those humans, so it's guaranteed to be super fun. This is going to be another packed day full of incredible games, and it all comes to an end with an event being called the Golden Age Gauntlet. 10 games have been chosen, and they each have a goal that must be completed. Those games and goals are as follows: Space Invaders, beat Wave 1. Pac-Man, beat levels 1 through 5. Centipede, score 12,000 points. Donkey Kong, beat 5 boards. Frogger, beat 3 levels. Galaga, score 70,000 points. Dig Dug, beat levels 1 through 10. Joust, score 20,000 points. Robotron 2084, beat Wave 7. And Tapper, score 25,000 points. And the runners scheduled to participate are Z-Dog 76, Zarkonis, Darth Tyrael 85, Mutant Pizza, Old School McFly, Cirrus Galston, Kumacon 22, and Bearded Shoe. This could be M&G's biggest event yet, and you're not going to want to miss it. It's all happening on his Twitch channel, which is linked in the description. The Ninja Gaiden community is always up to something super awesome, and the newest idea sounds incredibly fun. It's being called the Gaiden Cup. How it works is anyone who wants to participate can sign up. There will be 2 team captains, and on draft night, those captains will race to see who gets to pick first. The winner will get to choose their team member first, and then they'll alternate back and forth until everybody's on a team. Then captains will set up head-to-head races, with the winner of each race scoring a point for their team. The team at the end of the event that has the most points wins. The rules are as follows. This will be a Ninja Gaiden any % race. All races must be streamed on Twitch. You must have Racetime GG to join the race rooms. Splits or timer must be showing on screen. And this event is going to be live on Razul's Twitch channel with all the links you need in the description. If there's one thing I know for sure, it's that Zarkonis really likes Cube. If there are two things I know, it's that Zarkonis is driven, stubborn, and willing to put in the work required to achieve his goals. I feel like that's more than two things, but you know where I'm going. He recently went back to the Kaizo category for Cube to improve his time. And improve his time he did. On April 24th, 2023, he got the run.
Yes! 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 Let's go! Yes! Yes! Yes!
Coming through with a 4-minute, 27-second, and 533 millisecond time, which beat the previous world record by about a half a second. Now Zarkonis has all of the Cube world records except for one, that being the any % category. So if I had to guess, he's heading back to any % so he can sweep the board, and I know he can do it. If you don't know about Cube by now, you should for sure check it out. It's an amazing indie game created for the NES by our friend Resident Emil. And that's what we got for you this week. There has been a lot of things going down in the retro community. I appreciate everybody who's been bringing me stories or things that have happened so I can make sure I cover them. Unfortunately, I cannot cover everything. I wish I could. I'm trying my best. The episodes continue to get longer just because of how many things continue to happen, which is a really good problem to have. I love the retro community. Everybody knows this by now, and I'm honored to be able to be an ambassador for the community and continue to bring more and more people together in as many ways as I possibly can. So yeah, this has been episode 35 of Weekly Retro Stuff, and I'm still having a fun time. The one thing you can't get back is your time, so try to have fun, but also take some time for yourself. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I love you. I love you. I love you. My name is Stuff is Stuff. Until next time, enjoy your weekend, or don't. I'm not your real dad.